Is touch typing still a skill worth learning? Yes, in my opinion. And in this video, we're going to take a look at 4 different websites that teach you and your students to touch type. We have Ratatype, Typingclub, Typing.com, and then the Nitrotype to finish it up. And then each of those will be split into 6 different categories. The first one will be homepage load speed, which does seem random, kind of is, but that gives you an idea of how many resources that website needs to load for the different activities that you and your students will use to learn how to touch type. VPN required, personal one for me. I'm making this video from Shanghai, and if it does require a VPN, that could be a deal breaker when our students need this at home during lockdown. Typing test is something that each of these websites give to students so they can measure their initial words per minute and maybe accuracy, and it's a good kind of benchmarking. Registration required refers to, do you and your students have to pass over information before trying any of the activities? Then we have the big one, which is, what do the activities look like? Are they fun? Do they change? Do they teach you? However, if you've decided you've watched enough already, you can check out the summary table here, which tells you all about my findings when I was carrying out the tests, with the notable exception of activities. That's at the very end. Now, what I did actually to start off this kind of test, I wanted to find out how long does each page take to load, because these are all like game-based things. There's a lot of graphics and interactivity, and if you're accessing this from somewhere with not very good Wi-Fi, that could probably impact your choice, maybe, about which one you would like to choose in the end. Because they all actually they'll just teach to touch type through games and everything, which is pretty cool, but making a choice in the end might come down to different factors, and this was one of them, load speed. So Ratatype came in at, just load the front page, by the way, or the home page, at 2.5 megabyte resources. Typingclub.com came in at only 1.6 megabytes of resources. Typing.com came in at a whopping 5 megabytes. There's a bunch of information on there. And then Nitrotype was super slow to load. I was using a VPN at the time, and it came in at 7.5 megabytes worth of resources. For the next test, I wanted to see which of these websites would work without a VPN, and let's try each one. So I just went through, removed all the cookies in there. Let's just get rid of this developer tab here, and refreshed each one. And then we'll see which of them works without the VPN. Okay, so you can see that Ratatype is still loading without a VPN, as is Typingclub.com. Although Typing.com seems to load pretty cool. Let's just click on a couple of buttons to see what happens there. Yeah, I have removed the cookies, so this is all new information coming through. And then Nitrotype.com, I get access denied. So without a VPN, it looks like only Typing.com is the one that works out of the 4. Free typing tests. These are awesome. These allow you to find out your WPM or your words per minute, and the kids love this. They can, use it as a benchmark at the beginning, and then maybe check it out in a couple of weeks' time, see how far they've progressed. Right, Ratatype has got one here, super easy, very obviously in your face there, and let's give it a go. Oh, pretty cool as well. You've got these different language layouts you can use on the keyboard. That's nice, little feature there, and pretty obvious too. So let's start typing now. And according to Ratatype, my typing speed is 50.4 words per minute with a 94.2 accuracy. Oh, pretty cool as well. You can get a little certificate, and maybe you just type in your name. Oh, you have to sign up, of course. All right, fair enough. Typingclub.com also has a placement test, but you need to go into the menu for this. And well, let's crack on. Let's try this placement test. Wow, okay, so this is quite an extensive test. So far I'm sitting at 29 WPM and a 92% accuracy. So I'm just going to stop it there. And oh wow, that's very interesting. And that's pretty cool as well for your students. Like, depending on their touch typing skills, it will unlock lessons. So that is awesome. That is really good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Typing.com. Typing test. Oh, look at that. In students. We have some options here. We've got a 1 minute, 3 minute, and a 5 minute test. Let's go for the 1 minute test. That's roughly how long it took me to do the Ratatype one. All right, let's give it a go. Again, a little bit of warning there about your WPM, words per minute. All right, and we're trying to beat, what was it? 50.4. Let's continue. And my speed was a little bit slower. I was under a little bit of pressure, I think. 46 WPM and a 95% accuracy. Pretty cool. I like that one. I really like the addition of the old school typewriter key pressing effect. And finally, let's check Nitrotype, see what they've got on offer. Okay, so this is the home page, and we're going to go straight to get started. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Kids will love this. I'm going to race against these guys. Uh-oh, here we go. So you get a splash banner here, and cars, cash, and loot. And you also get a 51 WPM, which interestingly was the highest out of the three. And then some sign-up options too. So that was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun, actually, that one. Most fun out of the three. And that wraps up the typing test offered by each of those. Ratatype, no, you need to sign up. Both Typingclub and Typing.com you can use without signing up, and Nitro also need to sign up as well. Now, I'm going to take a look at a couple of exercises to get a feel for what these platforms look like. So we've got Ratatype first, exercise 1 of 9. You got put your fingers on the A, S, D, F, and J, K, L semicolon keys, and then we're going to... Oh, this is like game mode, actually. Let's see what happens there. And we're going to start typing. Oh, we got a little Pac-Man there. Pretty cute. Okay. Oh, just made a mistake. He changed color. Not very happy. Oh, it did it again. This is quite nerve-wracking. Oh, no. Too many typos. Oh, that's quite tight. So we're going to try that one again. Now, this is the first level, which is kind of interesting. Quite a high benchmark. I suppose I should go slower. Maybe even look at my fingers on the keyboard here. Let's try one more time. Exercise finished. I made 2 mistakes. Now, that's something to bear in mind that is quite tricky, that first one. Certainly students might need to look at the keyboard for that one. So we're going to go next lesson here. And this is just the beginning. I'm sure maybe they change later on. Might be more of the same here, but we've got D, F, or D and F this time. And of course, the space bar as well. So let's give this one a go. Okay, 2 typos again, and let's go to the next level to see if there's a change. Doesn't seem that way. Maybe it changes later on. A little bit repetitive at the beginning, and the level for some students might be a little bit high to begin with. Up we have Typingclub, and already we've got a much different layout to Ratatype. And I know that lesson 1 is a video, so I'm just going to skip that for now. And I'm going to take a look at lesson 2 here, and it's keys F and J. So let's give that one a go. Cool, you got the old school typewriter sound effect. Maybe a good opportunity to talk about what that is. And if you can get your hands on one, bring it into school. Oh my gosh, just caught out at the end there. Total score 2000. Okay, cool. And then we'll move on to the next lesson. So, okay, I like it. It's a little bit different to Ratatype, a little bit more involved there. Some more sound effects, a little bit more progression as you go through too. So that's the beginning of Typingclub. And remember, it is only the first couple of lessons. I'm sure all of them vary as they go through. Now, let's take a look at Typing.com. A little bit different to both of the platforms we've looked at so far. You got beginner, intermediate, advanced, and oh, you got some other stuff down here. Digital literacy, interesting. Coding as well, wow. So they're branching out here at Typing.com, but let's stick with typing anyway. And we'll look at JF and the spacebar. That's quite cool, this robotic voice talking to us, if a little bit scary at times.
You found it. Remember where that J key is, because we're going to practice it now. To begin, type the left J. Congratulations. You have completed this screen and earned 3 stars. You spent 2 seconds, and your speed averaged 48 words per minute with 100% accuracy.
You can disable this under disable dictation, which I'm going to do.
Dictation is off.
But I like it's a pretty cool feature. Like it's different. Maybe that might explain the slower loading times as well. So that's really good for some students who are learning English as an additional language. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But for me, I don't need that. So just continue on one more level. But that's pretty cool. A little bit different as well. I like the progress bar at the bottom. You can go back to the lessons here, back to the main menu board, I guess. Look at your completion rate, and then maybe print your certificate at the end. So that's pretty cool. Finally, we're going to look at Nitrotype. We're going to get stuck in straight away. I know there's lots of stuff going on in the menu here, but I just want to look at the first couple of lessons just to get a taste for where we're at with this particular platform. Let's click Race Now. Is it going to be the F, J, and space key? Let's wait and see. Loading takes quite some time. It took me 60 seconds just to load the first level. I hope it's worth the wait. Okay, I'll just turn the music down there. I'm waiting for the race to begin. Oh my gosh! Straight into something else here. Oh boy. I think it's certainly different to the other ones that we've got there. And I landed at 64 words per minute. Wow. It's also most difficult out of the other ones too. It just throws you in at the deep end. But I wouldn't recommend this for students who are just learning to touch type. But it's certainly a lot of fun. In summary, I think that Typingclub and Typing.com would probably be the best, because I have used them before and the lessons do vary as you progress through. And I like that they've got the videos in there and some pictures, to show you, to reinforce where the hand should be. There's stuff about posture as well. That's pretty cool. Nitrotype's a little bit different though. Like, it threw you in at the deep end with the first lesson. It's not a good starting point. Maybe it's a good variation away from Typingclub and Typing.com. And then Ratatype is also good, but I think it's probably the most basic out of the four, and certainly worth having a look at. But in terms of variety, I don't think it's going to cut it with the other three. And that is it. You've got Ratatype, Typingclub, Typing.com, Nitrotype, and I know that there's a whole bunch more, but those are the ones I reviewed today. Again, here's a summary table. If you want to check that out, I actually left out the activities summary. I thought that was too subjective. But if it was up to me, I actually really like Typingclub.com. It's my favorite one. I think the loading speed does it for me, as well as the variation in activities. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.